All right. On September 11th, 2001, what happened? This is what really happened. This is exactly, precisely what happened. I know because a member of the Secret Service told me over the phone, which he shouldn't have done, but he was drunk when he said it. So, what happened on September 11th, 2001, was not a terrorist attack at all. There was no terror attack. There was no Al Qaeda doing anything at all. This was just a cover-up. The truth is much more frightening. The truth is that we were invaded. I wouldn't say we. I would say people of Earth were invaded. All right. A long time ago. There were instrumentalities. That means there were instruments. There were things that could be done. There were levers of power. There were mechanisms that could be used to draw down information from basically the field of information that controls the entire universe. They have to forgive me. In the course of my work, which is a difficult job, I am periodically attacked by, well, what attacked the Earth on September 11th, 2001. They attack me constantly. They're always at me. They're trying to get me. They know I'm the one and the only thing that stands in their way. Their ultimate goal is non-existence. They want oblivion. They want nothing. But more importantly, they want the Lord. Now think of the Lord as the chief operating officer of a large corporation, which is, of course, the universe. They want the Lord to abdicate responsibility for the universe and allow the universe to implode and thus create the existence of nothing. That means there would be nothing left. There would be no reality whatsoever. That is their ultimate goal, non-existence. Now, I like to use film in my examples. There is a film called Dogma. Now, Dogma basically is about two, angels that got kicked out of heaven, and they're wandering the earth, as they are wont to do. Anyway, one day they read in the newspaper that a cardinal, somewhere in New Jersey, has decided to invite people into the church and entice them with indulgences. In other words, sort of like a get out of jail free card. And anyway, so they want to go back into the church, and once they go through the door of the church, through the archway, they literally are absolved of their sins by virtue of the power invested in the hierarchy of the Catholic Church. Now, according to the dogma that exists within the Catholic Church, whatever the hierarchy says, like whatever the Pope on down says, it is as if God said the same thing. One and the same words, like I'm a cardinal or I'm a pontiff, and I say thus and thus. It is as if God or the Lord said that very same thing. So anyway, they want to go into the church and be absolved of their sins, and they want to kill themselves and go straight to heaven. And of course, if this happens, according to, basically the good guys who are on the earth suddenly, because they have to deal with these two scoundrel angels. They have to be able to stop these two angels, because if they managed to go through the archway of the church, through the doorway, all of existence would disappear, would vanish, would literally, there would be nothing left. Now, the reason I know this is because someone very important to me told me that this was a very accurate portrayal of real things. So what these entities, as my friend Pat told me once, and when I was in Massachusetts, what these entities want is they want non-existence. They want oblivion. They want the Lord, the chief operating officer of the universe, to abdicate. There'd be no control over the universe. The universe would revert to chaos, and there would only be non-existence. There'd be nothing left. It would be zip, nada. It would be as if nothing ever existed through all time. That's what they want. That's their ultimate goal, oblivion. It's like, think of yourself as a really bad heroin addict, and all you want to do is get high and get numb. Now, on August 1st, or any day at the first of the month, you have all these motherfuckers going around shooting up because they want to get high and they want to obliviate themselves. They want to die, but they can't quite figure out how to do it properly, so they just get high. But that's basically it. They want to stop existence. So anyway, that being said, so on September 11th, 2001, what happened was, and I know this from a reliable source, i.e. Keith Versey, who is sometimes with the Secret Service, sometimes works, like I do, as a knock with the CIA. Anyway, he told me that what really happened was, and they've got recordings that verify this, that when these beings, these entities, arrived on this plane of existence, they took over the bodies of humans. Like, the humans on the plane were literally, their souls were ripped out of them, and these entities entered into them. And so they've been spreading ever since. They've been spreading throughout the... Now, there is another movie called 28 Days, and there's also a movie called 28 Months. But it's basically the same thing. It's this contagion that exists. And it's spread everywhere from 2001 until today. And pretty much, there's only two kinds of critters walking the earth today. Well, actually, three kinds. There is the entities that control corpses, bodies, and there is, and that's the majority of them. That's like 99.9% of the people, of the corpses, the bodies walking the earth, are basically possessed people, which means they have no soul, but they are able to walk around and talk and chew gum and things. But there is a small minority, very small minority, that because of the foresight of the Lord are shielded from possession by these entities. They're shielded by virtue of technology that my people have developed in conjunction with allied worlds, where they're sort of like angels. Think of the movie Angels and Demons with Tom Hanks. It's like that. There's only two kinds of things on this planet, for the most part. I mean, almost 100%. Angels and demons. And of course, the angels enter into a very small minority of humanity, and demons predominate. Demons dominate the planet. And I call them demons. Some people just call them entities. Some people just call them malevolent spirits. You call them what you will. Walks like a duck, talks like a duck, must be a dove. So fuck the duck. So anyway, So that's what we have today. We have an entire planet basically converted to a kind of creature that is not native to this planet. Humans own the planet, but now they don't, because they have literally died off. I would not call the majority of whatever's walking around on two legs humans. They're some kind of hybrid. I don't know. I have actually a more crude term, but I won't use it. But anyway, or they're humans. I mean, legitimate humans who have sort of co-joined with, well, basically my people, were like angels. Now, there's a series called Babylon 5. It's like that. The Vorlons and other alien races have been able to meld. Also, think of Star Trek and the Vulcans. Meld with humans so as to protect them. Anyway, that's basically what happened. So when the entities hit the ground running and spread everywhere, they literally changed the environment. I mean, they have changed the environment. And the thing is, though, if they're successful in completely eliminating all humans, I mean, the tiny sliver of humanity that remains on this planet is all that keeps this planet from literally being destroyed. Why would it be destroyed? Well, for the same reason that Noah, during Noah's time, and this is actually accurate. I mean, you can't read it. You can't read it absolutely as it's written. You have to read it with a sophisticated mind. But it's the same thing. You have the opportunity, if these entities are successful, for the entire planet to literally shrug off its own protective field, which protects it from basically destruction. I mean, absolute destruction. So, and with this planet imploding, so to speak, it would be such a sizable event that it would draw in other planets, other solar systems, other galaxies. I mean, literally, it would become a massive black hole, and there would be no escape. There'd be nothing left. And the universe itself would wink out of existence. So, what I have to do, along with my fellow, creatures, is stop. And we cut away periodically the efforts, we stymie the efforts of these entities, these hybrids. And we're able to do so successfully, but it's getting increasingly difficult. They're adapting. They don't adapt in a normal way. They sort of adapt like insects. They don't process information like Homo sapiens would, like any humanoid or advanced primate. They process information sort of like bacteria. In fact, actually, on occasion when I've actually communicated with them directly, they actually say they're more like bacteria. I mean, that's what bacteria do. They pull things, and then they pull back and then process it. So I'm like, it's like number crunching. That's all it is, number crunching. So, speaking of number crunching, there's a film called Alien, where the alien gets on the ship. There's a synthetic human that is discovered to be wanting to keep the alien alive, to be brought to the weapons division, and then used to basically conquer other worlds, I guess. But the synthetic human is asked by Ripley, who is played by Sigourney Weaver, what is the likelihood that the humans on the ship will survive if the alien persists? 0. All right, and there's a sequel called Aliens, and it's a world